Guys, it's time to get back to reality. I see many people online who talk about what it takes to succeed in trading, how big of an account you need to trade for a living, but all these people talking about this kind of miss a big point, which is the math behind it. So I want to go on the whiteboard, show you guys what that's about, and what it truly takes to make a living from trading. What I want to show you guys in this video is how to make $100 per day with Forex. If you live in Canada, is not a lot, but okay to live. If you live in Thailand, that's a lot of money. That's like big. So let's just say we're gonna do $100 to $200 per day trading, and I know that is something a lot of people want to achieve. So let's go with these numbers, and you'll see that it's only a small tweak. It's gonna adjust and make you do either $100 or $200. $100 a day is gonna be, let's say, $500 a week, because you only work 5 days a week, and we won't go through making money on the weekend. We'll just put it as a week, and here's gonna be $1,000 a week. There you go. Now we need to think about what kind of strategy you're going to use to get that kind of money. And chances are, if you're watching this and if you see my style of trading and like it, you're probably not going to want to spend all day at your computer trading. So let's just say that you're going to take 4 to 5 trades a week. For me, it's a little bit 3 to 4, but let's just go with 4 to 5. And I'm not going to use 5 because it's going to be hard to calculate. Let's just use 4. We'll use a basic strategy where you have a 2 to 1 avoid to risk. And that means you're going to get, every time you win 2, and every time you lose 1. That's simple. So we'll just go with the idea that you will lose half your trade. So every single week, you're going to have 2 losing trades and 2 winning trades. Those ones are going to give you 2 times 2, which is going to be 4%. And the losing trade are going to give you minus 2%. So overall, you get a plus 2% per week. Okay, that's going to be your return. And we'll talk about the return afterward and what it means and everything. But that's just the basic. That 2% has to be equal to your $500 a day or your $1,000 a day. What kind of account would you need? Well, you would need to have basically a $25,000 account. That's what you would need. And if you're able to get on $25,000, which is not that much, if you're able to get 2% per week, you would have your goal of $500 a day, because 2% of that is $500. To recap, if you want to make $500 a week, which is $100 per working day, if you work 5 days a week, you will need to have an account of $25,000. On the opposite side, $1,000 per week, okay, which I think you can live comfortably or okay in pretty much most countries, $200 a day. You would need to have an account of $50,000. Now, we just want to make something very clear, and it's the fact that if you need that money to live, well, basically, all the money that you gain, so the $500 a week that you take to live, if you take it from your trading account, you're never going to grow, which means that your account is always going to be in a flat line. Okay, it's always going to be this way. You're going to make some money, then you're going to take it back, make some money, take it back, and you're always going to have the same account, okay, the same 25,000. And the same goes here if you need it to live. And that's important to mention. Now, the other thing we need to mention is how you're going to get your money. Because most people expect that their money is going to come every single week, and that is not the case. Your account's going to start, let's say, at here, 25,000, and you're probably going to make some money maybe in the beginning, or maybe you're going to lose, doesn't matter. And then maybe you're going to stay flat for some time, then maybe you're going to go down a little bit, and then you're going to go back up, and then you're always going to be in some sort of cycle like this. But if you take the slope, like the average, you're probably going to arrive at something of $100 per day. Very, very important to mention. But the message is that you could get $100 a day, which is enough to live in some countries, on a quite small account. 25,000 is not that much, and you could be able to live from it. But depending whether your goal is to live, those are two different things: to live or to grow. Okay, at this point you cannot do both. You can only do one. And if you put more here, well, you're going to be able to live better over time. Okay, and that's the point. Now, to answer the question of some people watching this video, I know a lot of people will say, I don't have 25,000. Or what do you do with that? Well, this is where trading for other people comes in. Okay, if you don't have this 25,000, you take OPM, which is other people's money, and that's going to allow you to trade without having the money yourself. And it's the way I've preferred to do it, because instead of saving that whole money, which is going to take a while, you might as well trade for other people, and at least you can build an account with some of the money you gain. So let's say that you are to do this. Well, rule of thumb says that you're probably going to get between 35 to 30% of the money that you make on an account. So that being said, if you were to make the same amount of money here, you would need basically 3 to 4 times the amount of money. 75 to 100K. So 2% of this that you make every week would be $2,000. Okay, 2K. Now you would get only 25%, $500. So the same applies. Your job now is to figure out which one you want to do. Do you have the 25K or the 50K? Okay. Or do you not have the money? And that's going to kind of differentiate what you have to work on first. But in any case, the very first step, let me make this big because it's very important. The first step to every single thing is to be consistent. And by that, we don't need to be consistent in your result, although that's part of it. What we really talk about here is be consistent in your action, because those actions lead to result. And depending on where you want to go, then there's 2 ways you can go, and we talk about those 2 ways. Either you trade for other people, which means you have to find investors. It might be more difficult, but it's kind of easier because you don't have to have your own money. If you have the money, then totally fine. Set some money apart for when you're consistent, and that's going to make the process much easier for you. So that's pretty much how you make $100 to $200 a day. You need to have between $25,000 and $50,000 in your account. And don't forget that we didn't go with like super crazy criteria. You don't have to sit all day at your computer. You only need 4 to 5 setup per week, let's say 4. And you're going to lose on half of those setup, which means that every trade you take has kind of the same chance of being a loser or a winner. I'm curious to know down below what type of path you're going to take and what is your next step. So if you learned anything from this video, please comment below. Let me know what you learned. I'll do my best to keep you supported and to help you out with that, depending on whether you guys want to trade for other people or for yourself. Please give a like to the video, that would be really appreciated. New video tomorrow as always, and I'll see you guys there. Ciao.